When coming to a new country, it's very intimidating to know that you have no one there. So when you're coming to study here as an international student, I get a lot of people asking me, is it easy to make friends in Australia as an international student coming there to study? Now this is a very personal topic. I have a lot of experience with it. So let's dive into the reality of building friendship when you're far away from home. Now there's no easy way to put this, but making friends as an adult will always be hard. And when I first came here, I had no multicultural friends really, because in my country we don't have that much diversity, but Australia is very multicultural. Everyone here is from different parts of the world and they peacefully reside here and everyone mingles, so that's a good point in itself that Australia is already so multicultural. But nonetheless, you are stepping into a new country, culture, way of living. But the good news is Australia is one of the most welcoming places for international students, and there are plenty of ways to connect with other people. Now let's talk about where you could potentially meet people and get along with when you're here, and start to make friends as soon as possible, because we all want to share our student life with people here and enjoy everything that Australia has to offer. So here are some places that are good to start. So when you're coming here as a student on campus, there'll be a lot of clubs that you can join, and those are great because everyone's into a certain type of interest and you'll align on that. So connecting with people in that environment will be really beneficial. There's a lot of clubs like debate club, run club, art club, and I would start by looking at your university's website and what they do for uni events to bring people together, especially during orientation week. There's a lot of events. Definitely start with on-campus events and clubs. There's also cultural clubs like the South Asian group at pretty much every university, I think. So you can celebrate your own festivities that you might have back home. Like I know here a lot of students celebrate Diwali and Holi together, because there's a lot of students from South Asia that want to celebrate those occasions and don't have family here. And definitely attend orientation events. They're designed to help you meet people and settle in. Second place you can meet people is your accommodation, especially if you're living on campus. But even if you're living in a share house, start by introducing yourself to your housemates. Help them out initially so you can build a good rapport. And everyone there would love company because they're in a share house environment. So they'll most likely be your first friends if you really try to connect and mingle. Start by just inviting them to see local landmarks like the Sydney Opera House, doing the Bondi to Coogee walk if you're in Sydney. The third place is a bit controversial and it may be just for women, but try Bumble BFF. I've tried it and it's a great way to connect with people if you're in a new city and want to meet locals in your area that are also looking for friends and wanting to connect with people. Another way you can make friends is going on Eventbrite, and there will be events around your city that match your passions perhaps. I have events like book club that I found through Eventbrite because they were happening in my suburb, or a run club. You know, I went to She Runs Club and I made a video about that. That's a great way to meet people too. It's a great way to get out, see new places, meet new people. I also go to startup events which have nothing to do with my uni or my work, but I'm just really inclined to those. And there are some through uni, but I also find it very fruitful to branch out and go meet other people that might not be in my uni or immediate circle. The fifth place you can meet people is at work or volunteering. Many students take up part-time roles or volunteer roles for internships or just for goodwill. They're great ways to meet local people and meet other students to build your people skills. Now, it can be really hard, so here are a few tips for when you meet people to break the ice. It was really hard for me to understand, how do you actually spark up a conversation with people, go up to a group and just start talking when you don't know each other. So simply start by introducing yourself. Say hello, be kind, say how are you. That's the best opening line I've learned. Just simple, straightforward, nothing too flashy. But after that, be open and curious. Ask questions about their background, their hobbies. Obviously be respectful of people's privacy. And a common thing you all can talk about is places you want to see in Australia, or if you have been somewhere, you know, share your experiences. Also here, like I said, there's a lot of diversity, so people want to learn about other people's culture, where you're from, the stories, the food, and you can even teach them a few words in your language. And when you meet people, start by adding them on Facebook. People are really open about that here. of sharing Facebook profiles. Instagram, I think, is a little bit more intimate to people here. So when you establish a good friendship, I think that's where people would then start to chat. But as soon as you meet them, you know, if it's too awkward, just add them on LinkedIn and just tell them to grab coffee with you. And the best way to connect with each other is to do an activity together, like, you know, do a local hike that you both want to do, or join a gym together, you know, see each other regularly. Make it a bit more easier for you guys to bond without the pressure, or just go to a place that you both wanted to go, and then you can bond over exploring Australia together. I think I read somewhere it takes 100 hours for you guys to spend time together until you consider each other friends. So it goes both ways. So try to plan meetups as often as possible, at least once a week. That's pretty healthy in my opinion. People have busy schedules here and you have to plan in advance almost always, otherwise you don't meet people. At least try to plan every fortnight that you guys do something together or see each other. And don't be afraid to reach out. Everyone's looking for connections here and looking to have the best time. So put yourself out there. When I started to do that, it started to get more easier, and I would actually love going into public spaces and meet new people, because honestly, I'm just really curious about people and wanting to know more. The writer in me just wants to know everyone's stories. Just start with that, to be honest. Just align meeting people with a certain passion that you have. Like if you have a passion of going to the gym, start by connecting with people there, or meeting people in outdoor gyms and asking if they want to go for a run. Go join a run club. You know, just focus on something mutual you guys can share and show up for each other every so often. But nonetheless, there are challenges. It's not always smooth sailing. You might feel homesick or struggle with cultural differences. Don't be surprised when your definition of friendship doesn't match someone else's here, because you guys come from different backgrounds and you might not understand why, but it's just the way of life people have been used to. It has nothing to do with your friendship or spending time with you. I learned this here, you know, everyone has to take care of themselves, so learn to take things not personally. People might have work or personal issues they're going through and they have nothing to do with your friendship. Definitely be patient. Friendships take time, so don't rush the process. Step out of your comfort zone by attending as many events as you can, especially the free ones, because why not? You might as well go, even if it feels awkward at first, because it always will, but you'll overcome it by going through it over and over again. And stay positive. Focus on the connections you're building rather than dwelling on what you're missing. The friendships you build here will be some of the most rewarding experiences of your life. You'll learn from people with different perspectives, create unforgettable memories in such a beautiful place, and eventually feel a sense of belonging in your new space. So is it actually easy to make friends in Australia as an international student? I will say no, because it almost always takes effort. Friendship, no matter where you go, demand effort out of you, and you have to be there. Show up, make the most of the place you're in, and eventually it will be possible and so worth it. If you've made friends while studying abroad, share your tips or any concerns you have in the comments or DM me on Instagram. I'm posting every day on here about the questions that you guys are asking me to make sure you're living your best life in Australia and come here with peace of mind that you know everything. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to keep watching such videos and support me in this, because I would love for you to stick around. And I'll see you next time.